Look at that. There we go. Who's that? That could be one of them. Yeah, it looks like it's on a bit of a terrace.
What we don't see is that 60% is underground. It's absolutely breathtaking.
High in the mountains of Peru, archaeologists have uncovered a hidden chamber in Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Inca. Sealed for centuries, what they found inside this secret chamber has shocked scientists and completely rewritten our understanding of the ancient Incan civilization.
There was metals inside this hidden chamber, gold, silver, and other types of metallic objects.
Could it be a royal tomb, a hidden treasure chamber, or something even more mysterious? Stay with us as we explore this amazing discovery at Machu Picchu, the empire that time forgot. High in the misty Andes mountains of Peru, surrounded by thick green forests and steep cliffs, lies one of the world's greatest mysteries, Machu Picchu, the hidden city of the Incas. For centuries, this wilderness has hidden more than trees, vines, and mountain trails. Beneath the clouds and overgrown roots, it has protected the ruins of an ancient world, a world built with stone temples, sacred waterways, and winding paths that seem to lead straight into history itself. Machu Picchu is famous for its mystery and breathtaking beauty, but few people realize that the ruins we see today are only a small part of something much larger. Beyond the familiar terraces and stone walls lies a vast sanctuary, a protected area that stretches across over 125 square miles, still filled with secrets waiting to be discovered. Often called the lost city of the Incas, Machu Picchu stands as one of the most powerful symbols of the Incan Empire and one of the greatest archaeological treasures in all of the Americas. Built in the 1400s, this ancient citadel sits nearly 8,000 feet above sea level, perched on a mountain ridge overlooking the Sacred Valley and the Urubamba River far below. Its location alone is a masterpiece, surrounded by clouds, wrapped in silence, and kissed by the sun each morning. Before Europeans ever reached the Americas, the Inca had already created an extraordinary world. Their empire stretched across much of Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, Chile, and Argentina, covering thousands of miles of rugged land. They built stone cities, massive roads, and terraces that climbed up the mountains like steps to the sky, all without the use of wheels, iron, or modern machines. Their engineering skills were unmatched. They designed bridges that crossed deep rivers and connected distant mountain communities. Their stonework was so precise that even after centuries of earthquakes, many walls still stand perfectly in place, each stone fitting like a puzzle piece without a drop of cement. Machu Picchu was one of their crowning achievements. Built in the classical Incan style, it featured temples, palaces, terraces, and ceremonial stones, each crafted with stunning precision. Among its most famous sites is the Intihuatana stone, a sacred ritual object once used to track the movements of the sun. Historians believe Machu Picchu was built as a royal estate for the powerful Inca ruler Pachacuti Inca Yupanqui. The site also held storage buildings, high-quality homes for nobles, and gathering areas for meetings and rituals. It was a place of both power and peace, a city in the clouds where the Inca could connect with their gods and rule from the heart of nature itself. Over time, however, the jungle began to reclaim what humans had built. Trees grew along the ancient trails, moss crept over the temples, entire walls disappeared beneath vines and soil. For centuries, Machu Picchu lay hidden like a sleeping giant covered in green. Even today, much of the sanctuary remains unexplored. The surrounding landscape is wild and difficult to reach, filled with cliffs, fast-flowing rivers, and dense forests that make exploration risky and exhausting. Archaeologists have mostly focused on the main citadel, which is easier to access and safer to study. These untouched places have only deepened the mystery. Over the years, rumors and legends have spread, stories of hidden temples, secret chambers, and royal tombs sealed for hundreds of years. Some say there are sacred rooms where time itself seems to have stopped, waiting for the day they'll be found again. Each discovery helps us understand a little more about the mysterious world of the Inca. Now, as experts uncover hidden rooms and secret tunnels, it's as if the lost voices of Machu Picchu are beginning to speak once more. This ancient city in the clouds was once believed to be a royal retreat, but recent findings suggest there's much more to its story. So, what are these discoveries revealing? The discoveries. In recent years, archaeologists have begun uncovering forgotten areas, revealing parts of the Inca world no one knew still existed. Just a few miles from the main ruins lies Cochabamba, a rediscovered site with stone channels, terraces, and ceremonial baths. These structures give us a glimpse into the daily and spiritual life of the Inca, a civilization that built wonders without wheels or modern tools. Here, the flow of water wasn't just practical, it was sacred. Every channel, every bath, was designed with deep respect for nature and the gods. Even more fascinating discoveries have appeared along a newly explored section of the Inca Trail, near what researchers call Kilometer 88, the ancient route from Ollantaytambo to Machu Picchu. Hidden beneath the jungle, archaeologists found burial sites, ceremonial platforms, cave paintings, and a 1.5-kilometer-long tunnel carved straight into the mountainside. This tunnel had been sealed with stones, possibly by the Inca themselves, to protect it from damage. Its discovery has helped researchers understand how the Inca designed their sacred pathways, blending architecture, engineering, and religion into one masterpiece. At Cochabamba, further excavations revealed more than just stonework. Researchers found what may have been residences for priests or caretakers, suggesting this area played a vital role in spiritual ceremonies along the trail. The careful design and alignment of the structures show the Incas' precision and devotion to their beliefs. One of the most groundbreaking discoveries, however, came from ancient DNA analysis. Scientists studied 68 human remains, 34 of them from Machu Picchu itself, and compared their DNA with that of other ancient Andean populations. The results showed that the people buried at Machu Picchu came from many different regions across the vast Inca Empire. This means Machu Picchu was not just a royal retreat, but also a melting pot of cultures, a place where people from all corners of the empire lived, worked, and worshipped together. It was a spiritual and political hub that reflected the unity and reach of Inca civilization. Above the main citadel stands the dramatic peak of Huayna Picchu, often seen in photos behind the city. Its slopes hide caves, temples, and the mysterious Temple of the Moon carved into the rock face. For many years, few people knew these places existed. The climbs were steep and dangerous, and reaching them meant crossing fast rivers and slippery cliffs. But it turned out that the site we know today was just one part of a much bigger network of sacred spaces, connected by secret trails that wound through the mountains like hidden veins. As new pathways were revealed, forgotten terraces came to light, and slowly the jungle began to give up its grip on the past. Another exciting discovery came from Machu Picchu, a smaller mountain trail recently opened to visitors. Easier to hike than Huayna Picchu, it offers stunning views of the citadel below, reminding us of how the Incas built their world in harmony with the land. Interestingly, the name Machu Picchu might not even belong to the citadel itself. Historians now believe that the ancient city's real name could have been Huayna Picchu, after the smaller peak beside it. The term Machu Picchu actually refers to the larger mountain nearby, a mix-up that lasted more than a century. Even with all these discoveries, much of Machu Picchu remains a mystery. Large parts of the sanctuary are still unexplored, hidden beneath thick vegetation and unreachable cliffs. Archaeologists believe there are still undiscovered temples, secret chambers, and tombs buried beneath the soil. As researchers keep digging deeper, one thing is certain: Machu Picchu isn't just a forgotten city. It stands as a living symbol of human imagination, endurance, and the deep connection between people and nature. And now, thanks to modern technology, even more of its hidden secrets are finally being revealed. Mysteries beneath the veil. For centuries, travelers have climbed its stone steps, marveled at its ancient walls, and believed they had seen everything this lost city had to offer. But what if the real secrets of Machu Picchu were never on the surface at all? What if they'd been buried beneath the soil, under the roots, and hidden from human eyes, waiting for the right moment to be revealed? That moment finally came when researchers introduced a revolutionary technology known as light detection and ranging. This high-tech tool has the power to see what human eyes cannot. Using laser pulses from drones flying above the jungle canopy, LiDAR scans the land, penetrates through dense vegetation, and creates detailed 3D maps of what lies hidden below. And when scientists turned this technology toward Machu Picchu, what they found changed everything we thought we knew about the ancient Inca civilization. At first glance, Machu Picchu appears to be a single mountaintop city, a royal retreat built for Inca kings. But when LiDAR images were processed, they revealed something astonishing: an entire world beneath the jungle. Terraces, platforms, and pathways that had been swallowed by time suddenly appeared on digital maps. Parts of the ancient Inca trail, long lost under centuries of overgrowth, were traced once again. Researchers also uncovered complex stone canals, ceremonial areas, and what appeared to be residences for temple staff near a site called Chabamba, a smaller ceremonial complex just 5 miles from Machu Picchu. The LiDAR data exposed over a dozen hidden structures at Chabamba, including 14 ritual baths made of stone, which were likely used for purification ceremonies before pilgrims continued their journey to the sacred city. Beneath these baths ran a sophisticated network of underground water channels, showing that the Incas were not only skilled builders, but also brilliant engineers who understood how to control and honor nature. Water, to the Incas, was not just a resource, it was a sacred symbol of life, purity, and renewal. The process behind LiDAR is almost as fascinating as the discoveries it enables. The tiny laser beams are shot toward the ground from sensors mounted on drones or aircraft. These beams bounce back after hitting objects like leaves, trees, or the ground itself. By measuring how long it takes for the light to return, scientists calculate distances with incredible accuracy. When billions of these laser points are combined, they create a precise 3D map of the terrain, even through thick jungle cover. What once took years of excavation can now be mapped in a matter of weeks. The images from LiDAR did more than uncover new buildings, they redefined what Machu Picchu truly was. It wasn't just a royal estate perched high on a mountain. It was part of a much larger, interconnected spiritual network, a sacred landscape stretching across the Andes. Archaeologist Dominika Sieczkowska from the University of Warsaw led one of the key research teams studying the Chabamba complex. Her team's LiDAR scans showed that water from nearby springs was carefully directed through carved channels into the ritual baths, and then allowed to flow back into the valley rivers. This design wasn't accidental. It reflected a deep spiritual connection between the Incas and nature. Every drop of water was treated with respect, believed to carry sacred energy from the mountains to the people. Further analysis revealed that Machu Picchu was surrounded by residential areas, gender-specific quarters, and transportation networks that extended far beyond what tourists see today. There were homes for workers and priests, weaving areas where women created ceremonial fabrics, and small temples scattered across the region, all connected through hidden roads and trails that LiDAR is only now uncovering. These discoveries paint a far richer picture of Inca life than historians ever imagined. Machu Picchu wasn't isolated. It was the center of a vast ceremonial and social world. Every terrace, every waterway, every stone structure was part of a grand spiritual design linking people, gods, and nature. As researchers continue their work, the question remains, what other secrets might still be hidden beneath the misty mountains? The true age of Machu Picchu. For many years, the history of Machu Picchu seemed to be set in stone. Historians believed they knew exactly when this hidden city first rose from the clouds of the Peruvian Andes. The story was told in classrooms, written in textbooks, and repeated in documentaries. It all traced back to the Spanish colonial chronicles, writings made long after the Spanish arrived in South America. According to those old records, Machu Picchu was built in the mid-1400s during the reign of the great Inca ruler Pachacuti Inca Yupanqui. The story went that Pachacuti wanted a royal estate, a place of rest and worship high above the world. Over the years, this version of history became so familiar that few people ever questioned it. Generations grew up believing Machu Picchu was simply a royal hideaway from the time of Pachacuti's rule, but there was one major problem. None of those Spanish chroniclers had ever seen Machu Picchu. They wrote their accounts based on second-hand stories, hearsay, and at times political bias. Their words were shaped by memories and myths, not facts. For centuries, no one challenged that version of history until recently. A team of modern archaeologists decided to take a different approach. Instead of relying on the words of long-gone writers, they turned to something more reliable: the earth itself. Deep beneath the soil of Machu Picchu, hidden clues were waiting to tell their story. Researchers began collecting tiny organic samples from around the site. Human bones, teeth, bits of soil, and even ancient plant remains found in the terraced fields. These weren't just random finds, they were windows into the past. From the human remains, scientists extracted ancient DNA from the teeth, revealing that Machu Picchu's residents came from many regions, not just the Andes, but also from the Amazon basin. This showed that the people who lived and worked here represented the diversity of the Inca Empire itself. To determine when the city was built and occupied, scientists used accelerator mass spectrometry, or AMS radiocarbon dating, one of the most precise methods in modern archaeology. This advanced technique measures the faint traces of carbon that remain in ancient bones or plants, helping to determine their true age. Each sample went through careful cleaning to avoid contamination, and the results were cross-checked with tree ring data to ensure accuracy. When the results finally came in, they told a different story. Machu Picchu wasn't built in the late 1400s, as everyone believed. Radiocarbon dating showed that some structures were already in use by the 1420s or 30s, years before Pachacuti rose to power. This revelation opened up a new world of possibilities. If Machu Picchu existed earlier than Pachacuti's reign, maybe it wasn't built as a royal retreat after all. Perhaps it began as something deeper, a sacred site, a center of pilgrimage, or a place where the physical and spiritual worlds met. The findings also revealed that the people who built Machu Picchu were master planners. Soil samples showed careful layering of rocks, gravels, and clays to keep the ground stable, an incredible feat for a city built on a mountain ridge. The soil also contained traces of metals and minerals, showing how the Incas managed erosion and fertility with remarkable precision. Plant remains like maize, quinoa, and coca leaves told their own stories. Through stable isotope analysis, researchers learned that the Incas used camelid manure as fertilizer, something that kept the crops thriving even at high altitudes. The terraces weren't just for farming. They were part of a complex system that fed the community and supported ritual offerings. Even the sacred rock, one of Machu Picchu's most iconic landmarks, revealed secrets of its own. Scientists discovered signs of biological wear, mosses, lichens, and even microscopic organisms that had slowly eroded its surface over centuries. The Spanish chronicles, though valuable, only told part of the story, a version written through the eyes of outsiders. Science has now given us something more tangible: real dates, real evidence, and a deeper connection to the people who once lived among these clouds. Still, some mysteries remain. Radiocarbon dating can tell us when the city was occupied, but not who ordered its construction or why specific areas were built the way they were. Was there an even older civilization here before the rise? Was Machu Picchu always meant to be a royal retreat? Or was it first built as a holy sanctuary, later adopted by the empire's rulers? Each discovery only seems to open the door to more questions. With every new test and excavation, another piece of the mystery slowly comes together. And as the search continues, one question keeps echoing through the ruins. Were those rumors about a secret chamber beneath Machu Picchu? Were they ever true? The Forbidden Chambers. During the mid-2010s, whispers began to spread among travelers, explorers, and lovers of ancient mysteries. The story started quietly, through travel blogs, local guides, and conversations echoing along the stone terraces of Machu Picchu. People spoke in hushed tones about something extraordinary, a sealed doorway, hidden within the world-famous citadel. Some tour guides refused to talk about it, claiming the mystery was too sacred to discuss openly. But independent researchers kept digging. Using advanced technology, they believed they had uncovered something remarkable behind one of Machu Picchu's most famous landmarks, the Temple of the Three Windows. This temple, with its 3 large trapezoidal openings, perfectly aligns with the rising sun. To the Inca, these windows represented their sacred belief in 3 worlds: the heavens, the earthly realm, and the underworld. But now, radar scans hinted that something else lay behind its ancient walls, hidden chambers, possibly untouched for centuries. In 2011, electromagnetic scans revealed a large space beneath the site. Then, in 2025, a new team using ground-penetrating radar confirmed another massive chamber. These spaces have never been entered, but many believe they hold incredible secrets, ritual objects, golden treasures, or even the lost tomb of Pachacuti, the powerful Inca ruler who may have built Machu Picchu itself. If true, it would be the greatest archaeological discovery in modern history. But here's the problem: no one can go in. The Peruvian government, along with UNESCO, stepped in quickly. Opening a sealed chamber means disturbing ancient Inca stonework, stones so perfectly carved that they fit together without a drop of mortar. One wrong move could make an entire wall collapse, altering how the structure breathes, drains, and stands. Even a single crack could permanently damage the site that has survived untouched for centuries. So the doorway stays sealed. Officials have forbidden any drilling or excavation. Researchers are allowed to study it, but only through non-invasive methods like radar or 3D scanning. Some people were heartbroken. They dreamed of uncovering a golden tomb or a long-lost royal crypt. Others, especially archaeologists, supported the decision. They warned that rushing to open Machu Picchu's secrets could lead to irreversible damage, not just here, but at ancient sites around the world. Still, the mystery lingers. What lies beyond that sealed doorway? For those seeking Machu Picchu's deeper magic without breaking its silence, there is another path: the Temple of the Moon. Hidden high on the slopes of Huayna Picchu, this cave temple blends the raw power of nature with the elegance of Inca design. To reach it, travelers must follow a narrow trail winding down from the mountain's peak. Inside, carved niches and stone platforms hint at rituals once performed here: fires, chants, and offerings to the mountain gods. Sunlight filters through the openings, revealing views of distant valleys and rivers below. The cave feels alive, as if the mountain itself is breathing. The Incas believed that mountains and caves were living spirits, and standing there, you can almost feel that ancient heartbeat. Every stone seems to tell a story of reverence, craftsmanship, and mystery. Even today, experts warn visitors not to touch or alter anything. The site is delicate, and even the smallest change could upset its fragile balance. So, while the sealed doorway remains untouched, its secrets locked away, the spirit of Machu Picchu continues to speak through its stones. A place where nature and history meet, where silence feels sacred, and where one question still echoes across the Andes. What is waiting behind the sealed door? Share your thoughts in the comments below.